welcome to my kitchen. I'm Donna. Today we are going to be making carne asada. It's one of my favorite dishes. I know I probably say that every video, but I'm cooking my favorites for you. So right now we're just going to make the marinade. The meat needs to marinate at least for a day. Mine will probably go for 2 days. So the meat that I have is I have 3 pounds of thinly sliced steak. You can get it at the regular grocery store by getting flank steak. Personally, I don't think they slice it thin enough, so I buy mine at the Mexican grocery store. But you can get wherever you like, just sliced very thin. I have 3 pounds, and our marinade consists of orange juice, olive oil, vinegar, cilantro, jalapenos, lots of garlic, of course, and lime juice and salt and pepper. So we're going to get all that together. So we'll start out with our garlic. I have, we're going to do 4 cloves. I've already done 3 of them. So we'll go ahead and get that in our bowl. Okay. Garlic. And then my jalapenos, I'm going to slice these finely. I have 2 jalapenos, which I've just seeded and cut in half. I have this 1 piece left. I was going to take the seeds out. I just use a spoon. Oh, there's still garlic on there. To scrape it out. You don't want to use your bare hands. That the seeds and the spice can get underneath your nails, and your fingers will be hurting for a couple of days. Trust me, been there. So I just scoop out with the back of a spoon. Now, if you want to leave the seeds in, you can. That just makes it spicier. I'm going to use my slicer here. Sorry, got lots of stuff on the counter. So that I don't have to dice these and get my fingers all in the juice. This is just a Vidalia Chop Wizard Pro. If you haven't seen those, you can get it at Walmart. I use it for onions and veggies like this. Sorry, it's loud. Okay. Okay, so we're going to throw that in there. Okay. Then what we need is a cup of orange juice. Just use your favorite kind, whatever you prefer. Cup of orange juice. We need a 1/2 cup of olive oil. And this is not extra virgin, but if that's what you have, that's fine. This is just regular classic olive oil. And then a 1/4 cup of white vinegar. Okay. We'll put the lids on here. You can see all those nice chunks of jalapeno. Now we're going to do 4 limes, the juice of 4 limes. Oops. Sorry. Always give your citrus a roll. So I'll go ahead and juice these limes, and then we'll add in our cilantro. Okay, so that's our 4 limes. Okay, and we're just going to use a little bit of salt and pepper, probably just a teaspoon or so. Like my old school, these are from Tupperware. I know if you're my age, you recognize these. Our parents had these. They still sell them. Okay, salt. Okay, then I have a small bunch of cilantro here. You can, when you can buy fresh herbs in the grocery store, take them out of the plastic bag, wrap them in a wet paper towel in your fridge, and it will last up to 10 days in there. They stay fresh. So that's the secret. I'm going to cut off most of those stems. So we're just going to chop this up pretty coarsely. This is just for the marinade, so it doesn't have to be in perfect size. Stems and all. Okay. So there's our cilantro. Let me get my whisk. Okay, so we'll just give that a nice whisk. So just to recap, we have 4 limes, we have a half a cup of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of white vinegar, we have a cup of orange juice, salt and pepper, 2 jalapenos, 4 garlic cloves. Okay? Okay, so we're going to put this in and let it marinate for a day or so in the fridge. And then we'll be grilling it on the grill and serve it with some nice warm tortillas. So let me zip this up and kind of give it a mix. You can marinate your meat in a Tupperware if you prefer. I like the Ziploc, because then it gets all up in there, all the directions. If it's just in the Tupperware, your marinade can just sit on the bottom of the Tupperware rather than covering the whole meat, okay? So just give it a good mix. Get some of that cilantro down in there. And then we'll put it in the fridge. And get the air out. Okay, we are going to make some pinto beans to go with our carne asada today. So I just have a bag of pinto beans. I just got at the regular grocery store, the dry beans. And this is 16 ounces. I soaked them overnight and then rinsed and drained them this morning. So here's our beans. I've also added 3 cloves of garlic. Okay. Okay, here's the rest of the ingredients. We're going to do a red bell pepper, an onion, 1 jalapeno, 3 slices of bacon. We've got cumin, chili powder, paprika, chicken broth. So that's going to make up these delicious beans. They'll cook for about 2 or 3 hours. So we're going to just go ahead and add the chicken broth. You can use water if you don't have chicken broth. This is about 4 cups. You just need enough to cover the beans. So we'll pour that in. And then we'll add all the spices. Yeah, it looks like 4 cups is perfect. Okay, there we go. So, 16 ounces of beans, 4 cups of broth. We'll go ahead and add in our bacon. I just cut it up into chunks. Raw, you don't have to cook it in advance. Whoa, we're missing a couple of chunks. I can't miss out on that. Okay. We'll do about 2 tablespoons of cumin. And 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Oh, it might be easier. Let me take that lid off. And a tablespoon of, this is smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked, that's okay. Just use whatever you got. Okay. And then we are going to need some salt and pepper. I forgot. Probably just about a teaspoon of pepper. Teaspoon of salt-ish. Teaspoon-ish, not salt-ish. Okay, let me give that a stir. And then we're going to add in our veggies. An onion, a red bell pepper, and a jalapeno. Okay, we're going to bring this to a boil. So you'll turn up your heat. We'll bring it to a boil and then put it down to simmer for 2.5 to 3.5 hours. Okay, our beans are boiling. We are just going to turn the burner down to low, and we'll let this simmer for about 2.5 to 3.5 hours. You can see, oh, it smells so good with all that chili powder and cumin. Wonderful spices in there. This is going to be delicious with our carne asada. Okay, so you can do these beans also in a quick cooker, like an Instapot or something if you have that. But sometimes just good old on the stove, low and slow, works the best. So in a few hours we'll get back to these and grill our carne asada. Okay guys, we are getting ready to grill. I have cut up some peppers and onions that we want to grill for our carne asada, so we're going to put those on first. I also have a couple jalapenos. We're going to put these right in our grill basket here. And I've had a little olive oil on these and just some Mexican spices, whatever you'd like. Mine is my Hatch green chili seasoning I had. Okay, so we're just going to let these saute, and then we'll put the meat on here soon. Okay, we are checking on our beans. They've been going for about 3.5 hours or so. Oh yeah. Hey Liv, come get a close-up of this. Look at all those goodies in there. The bacon, the onions, the red peppers. There's jalapeno in there, all those spices. Okay, I'm going to taste these. Make sure they are good to go. That's perfect. So we'll just leave these on low until we get everything else done. Let's go out to the grill. Check on our peppers. Looks like Anton has already put the meat on. Started to anyway. So that meat has been marinating for 2 days. So it's got all those seasonings have soaked into that meat. It's going to be delicious. And these peppers are starting to look nice and charred. So those are almost done. So we'll let that go for a little bit and then we'll be ready to eat. We got one last thing I'm going to cook for our carne asada meal. This I just picked up at Sam's Club. It's a bag of Mexican style street corn, which I'm not that ambitious to try to do it myself. These people work hard to perfect this delicious looking dish. So we're going with it. So it came with 2 packets and we just are putting it in here with a little olive oil. So it's got seasonings in there. Let's see, it says it's got coated in a sauce made with sour cream, chili powder, and a dash of lime. That is right up our alley for our dinner tonight. So we'll just give that a stir. And then I think we can probably go check on the steaks. French fries they sell under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, where I'll be. Okay, the singing grill master here. Out of the sun. He's just turned the meat. We're getting close to being done. This meat does not take long to cook. It's super thin. And our peppers and onions are done here. So that's almost ready. We'll be ready to eat. Okay, our carne asada is done. We are ready to plate up and eat. So let's get some of our beans. And we definitely want some of that juice in here. Oh yeah. Look at that. We don't need a Mexican restaurant to open up. Just come to my kitchen. This is where it's at. Okay, so there's some beans. Corn, I think I can just put right onto the plate. This Mexican street corn looks wonderful. We're going to top that with a little cotija cheese. There we go. And then let's put our carne asada together. I've got just some small tortillas I warmed up in my Pampered Chef tortilla warmer in the microwave. We're going to do a couple of these peppers and onions, sort of just making like a taco. Okay, and then our meat, we just need a good chunk here. It's very tender since it's been marinating for so long. You can just almost tear it apart with your fingers. So there is our carne asada tacos, our pinto beans, and our Mexican street corn. And I'm just squeezing a little lime juice on everything. Let's eat!